So I remember going straight into this chapter thinking, wow, are we actually going to see a big death in this chapter? Because, I mean, I saw those roars, and I can't, like, wait like a good little boy seeing these chapters. I generally thought we was going to have a big death in this one. After kind of seeing the finale and seeing the, the black text and all that, and saying, like, I thought that was saying, Night Raid, and also as well seeing the Jaegers numbers down. But I'm going to get right into this chapter before I get more into that one. So, for the start of the chapter, it was actually seeing like Wave was like getting a report to S Death and actually saying like, my apologies, I really need to do it. And she's saying like, look, we've got that out of your jurisdictions. Now that Budo's gone, you're like the head of security, you need to be there. And she's saying, well, I feel weak. Please, S Death, train me. I need to be trained. And this is the interesting thing that was something that didn't get brought up for a while. And it was like, yeah, you pretty much hit your maximum limit, Wave. You cannot get anywhere else. And it's like, basically, the battle starts in a few days. There's only one thing that can basically do it to you. And the only methods I can think of is drugs. And it's like, yeah, guess what? Drugs wouldn't cut it even for what we need. It's like putting 2 Teigus at once. And I was thinking like, why do you think people only use 1 Teigu at a time? This is an ironclad rule. She even said that applies to her. If we try and use 2 Teigus at the same time, the answer is destruction. You do possess physical strength and force of will, so it's not outside thinking out of the box that you can actually wield 2 of them, but the realm of possibility like you that would be able to face wielding 2 Teigus at once, you might be compatible with both of them, but it's like, yeah, basically you have to, like, just imagine in Curcio and then Murata, like, all of them going inside of it, like, that would just absolutely destroy your body if the 2 are not in sync with one another. And it's like, hey, he's got like Grand Chariot and that can like work as a good armor and his speed, but you can't basically just work that. So I feel like now that's kind of setting up that Wave might be actually a character there, and I don't know, it just felt very weird. And it's like, definitely now like the pacing is going off like just a bit crazy, and yeah, like I feel like now that's just kind of set up that something's definitely going to be happening to Wave, because in the anime, if I believe, nothing really happened to him. Like he kind of like had that little fight and that was it. And really, honestly, like we saw like what was going to happen to Kurome. She like kind of got back together with like a whole like a bunch of the group, which I'm guessing these are the guys that are sort of the people from like Akame ga Zero, because they all like sort of dress up in the same like way as her, and they got like these little masks on. They're like, yeah, guess what? We're gonna like go together. And we're gonna take care of everyone. It's like, it was very nice to see, and I was like, I'm guessing as well that the guy with like the sort of like the hair and the wrinkles, I'm guessing that's someone from Zero. Personally, I haven't read Zero, so I can't really give like my perspectives on it yet, because I've been waiting for a while, and since it's going to be licensed out over here, well, I'm just honestly just going to read it. And it's like, yeah, like basically Kurome went out with all these people, and it's like, yeah, you haven't been in our squad for a while, so let's just go out there and, cause the mayhem and just go and fuck them up. And it's like, I guess it was a kind of nice thing that, Kurome had this nice little thing and saying like, and they were calling him by little names, and like Kuromachi, like saying like after this mission, why don't you come and stay at our place tonight? Your popularity hasn't waned a bit, and there's tons of people that want to hang out and talk to you. And it's sort of like, regardless of what, they do care for Kurome, like in their own way. It's like, just because like she's a drug-filled psychopath, like a lot of people, it's like, yeah, they saw it. I mean, Bones, I mean, look at him, like the dude with the flamethrower. Like, we thought he was an evil motherfucker at start, and then look at him. He's like the nicest dude that you got in the entire series. Like, he's got a family and all, and he's like the nicest guy you would ever know. And it's just like, he just basically got kind of dragged into this thing, and he's like saying, I'm a sinner as well. I'm not like the good guy here. Trust me on that shit. It's just, I don't know, it's very weird to see that, but when we got there, like, Akame decided to fight all of them, and it was just like, honestly, the best way to describe it, and it's really the only way I can really say it without is kind of saying it in a negative light, is that this felt like this would have been a filler fight in the, like, anime or something. Like, this is just like some guys that you fight back in the day and all that, and saying like, and they kind of get flashback, which like leads back, I believe, into the Zero stuff, and was saying like, when he was talking, saying, listen, Akame, if you want to survive in order to return to your city, you're gonna have to be either more callous and like ruthless during missions. You like, this guy kind of pretty much like was the one, it seems like, that taught Akame to be the sort of person that she is, like, sort of ruthless and got really like a personality. And it's like, I don't know, I kind of like that when you saw like, after like taking like all the stuff, like you put like a giant like pill in his life, and he's like, yeah, let's fuck him up. And it's like, that's honestly what happened to these guys. Seems like, super like drug-induced warriors, and it was just like, yeah, Akame like cuts these guys just clean in fucking half, and it was just like, it was kind of crazy. And I guess, you know, honestly, if like you read Zero, you might feel a little bit bad for this character when he went down, but it was like, yeah, I mean, honestly, I can't say that much. It's like, and it really kind of felt like a little bit of nothing, but it's like, you know, when we got to the end of the chapter, it was just like, you know, Kurome had to leave, and it was like you had to make a retreat, and like Akame just said, you know, outside of like the Imperial capital, you know, tomorrow night, face me one-on-one, I'll be waiting at that place. And I feel like that might go back into like, I believe it was the church or something that we went in the anime. Like, I don't want it to completely copy what they did in the anime, but I will say that like the Kurome versus Akame fight was really good in the anime. I really enjoyed that. Maybe they can not have the monster bit in it this time, but I still think that was a very well done fight. And, you know, you definitely saw that, you know, Akame had like some sadness, you know, when she saw like, she took down those people, and she also sort of took down that guy as well. And she was like there holding like, you know, Leone's hand. It was like, that was some big grief there. And you saw like, you know, tears and everything going down there. And it's just like, you know, kill the past, like, final part, which is, you know, definitely, you know, she was feeling grief from this stuff. And it's like, honestly, you know, I kind of feel bad for her, and I feel like I do really need to read Zero to maybe get more info on these characters, and I'm really looking forward to it, because honestly, you know, regardless of, like, the things that people say about Akame, like, I still think it's enjoyable. Has the kind of final part of the series kind of let itself down a bit? Honestly, I feel like now that we kind of know that they're pretty much going to be doing the anime, it's like, parts and fortunes, like, the best way, honestly, to just describe this honesty, just, it felt like filler, but, you know, filler can be good. Like, it can be enjoyable. It can give context to some characters, and, you know, get a little bit more to Kurome. Also, you know, not to mention, it's not even all filler, because it's like, you know, also the stuff with Wade. Like, Wade is now going to get another Teigu, seemingly, and I'm very curious, because that never happened to him in the anime, and I'm really curious about that. And it's like, honestly, I love both of them pretty much equally. I love the anime and the manga equally, but yeah, that is a kind of a little bit disappointing. Like, obviously, I hope they added their own little spice of originality into it. I'm really looking forward to that, but yeah, it's like, I don't know, we could have maybe not gone with this chat, like, in a way. It's like, I feel bad, but it's like, I also, as well, the pacing at some points is like, you know, if they really want to, you know, rush things, I'm just kind of thinking, like, I don't want, like, the Kurome and Akame chapters just to be, like, one chapter or something, like, but, you know, the series has always been fast-paced from the beginning, so that's what we're probably going to expect. But it's just like, I don't know, guys, just like, I can definitely see why a lot of people just lost interest in the series, and even potentially dropped it as well. Like, even friends of mine have kind of, like, not had any interest in it. It's like, and when they give them, like, their actual legit reasons, I can understand with it. I mean, personally, I'm kind of sticking out for the ride, and I still enjoy it, but, you know, thanks for that. You know, sometimes mangas get boring, or it's like, sometimes they have, like, little slow parts, and I feel like pretty much what's happening, but instead of slow, it's kind of rushing through stuff, and then it's also focusing on things we could have not seen. It's like, honestly, we could have not seen these guys, but I feel like that's kind of their own way of saying, like, hey, let's wrap out what happened to this character in Zero. So, you know, that's, I mean, that's cool, but like I said, I've got to check out Zero, and I'm kind of looking forward to it when it comes out of here. But honestly, the best thing I can go, I'm pretty sure if you read the Zero chapter, you would enjoy it a lot more than you probably... I didn't have, you know, honestly, since I didn't have too much emotional attachment to these characters, and I did really like the whole thing with Wade, S Death, not to mention as well, with like just the whole final fight is going to be happening tomorrow night, and I really can't wait for the next chapter of that to see exactly what that's going to be like. So I give it a 7. I thought it was a decent, good chapter. Like, that's the thing, good. It was good, like, a chapter of Akame. But let me know in the comments down below. But that's all from me, so thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.